in a traditionally male dominated industry, what advice would you give other young women coming up in the ranks, whether they're, still in college, or maybe they are in their first property management gig, but they know that there's something more there, and they feel this special spark and they want to do something on their own one day?
I think one of the things is, there's a lot of conversations around affirmations, and I believe in use whatever works for you. But what I love over affirmation is evidence. And when you have evidence in your corner, what happens is a little bit of confidence builds. So for example, I still get very nervous in certain scenarios, especially when it's a lot of men. But I'm not as nervous when I know that I have evidence of having done something, or know that I know what I'm talking about. And so I always say, evidence over affirmations. So when you get the skills, you start building that reputation. And that's why I was willing to do things for free, because sometimes I was very nervous, like, oh, what if they pay me and I don't know how to do it, and then it's not good. But the first time that then I was like, this was successful, I sold out a session, I'm going to charge next time. And then it was like, great feedback, I'm going to charge again. Same thing. Like, I can transform your multi-million dollar asset. I can see things that maybe you don't see at the moment. Okay, well, I did it once. Was that luck? Oh no, I did it again. Okay, I've got a method. So I think for them, it's pick up any skills that you can. And then I also think be willing to, have a seat at the table. And something that is maybe a little bit untraditional is, like, I do embrace the feminine part of me. Like, I don't try to walk in with male energy. Like, that's just not me. It's like, I have feelings, I have emotions. That is who I am. And at the beginning, I started like very tailored and very like this way.
Yeah.
And over the years, I've seen myself be a softer version of like who I am. It's like, I like to encourage people, but I also will give you a dose of reality. And I also mess up a lot. I can be impulsive. And so I think to that is like that little secret sauce that you have, just figure out how to make that work for you. And some of it is going to be, trial and error. And I will say there's scenarios, Chris, that I was in that I would address them very differently now. I've told this story before, but I was in a boardroom meeting once presenting a branding project, and the CEO was like talking to the group, and all of a sudden he comes and he starts like rubbing my shoulders as he's talking to the group. And I'm thinking to myself, he would have never done that to a man, right? And thankfully, it was all of 2 seconds before his, partner on the other side was like, "What are you doing, dude?" He's like, and I don't even, there was just a layer of feeling like that was acceptable. Now that was 15, 14 years ago. I was a lot younger, and I was honestly caught off guard. That would never happen. I would have spoken up for myself a little bit quicker. I think I
Mm.
still would have, but those are the kind of things that I don't think they happen all the time. And I think the world is changing where that would probably be even less acceptable now. But I think it's just to be willing to say, like, what am I okay with? What am I not okay with? And have a voice.